Today's a big day because we're finally starting to line the shower room in our camper van. We're also going to be building a sloping shower floor that we're going to fiberglass afterwards to give us that high-end wet room finish without spending a shitload of cash. And we're going to be tanking the whole room so it's fully waterproof. Right, back on another day at Carrivan. Today though, what are we doing? Oh, you don't know? No, yeah, basically today we are going to waterproof. Water? We're going to waterproof our shower room. So what I've done is I've bought a waterproof shower kit from Screwfix. We'll unbox it, show you what you get inside. We've got to cut a couple of ply panels first because I've still not finished that bit, and then hopefully we can start lining the inside to tank the room so that we get no leaks. That's the plan, isn't it? God, you look at it long enough, it right trips you out, that does. We've got to take this panel off. This panel's got to come out so that we can get our panel on the back wall. This was only ever put in there like just temporary. We knew it was going to have to come back out again, didn't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just basically used some screws on the inside to fix it. We're taking a couple out. Yeah, just using screws, pocket holes, as and where we can, and I'm just going to unscrew them all. That should be free. But I just realised I don't know that's
not gonna come past the headliner.
Yeah. Yeah, oh no, maybe it won't. Not now, it's trapped in there.
Bob the Builder's on your tools, Daddy.
Darcy, don't touch them please, darling. No, so I've got to have the headliner down.
Will it not push up?
No, because there's a beam in there.
No. Uh-oh, we're done a boo-boo.
So, gonna have to have the headliner off, aren't we?
There's no way of putting the wall in without touching the...
No, because we've got to try and get it in. Unless I... That's probably the reason why I never done the ceiling in this part. Ain't gonna go anywhere.
So, today's job is we're going to mop the floors instead.
Yeah.
Should we do that?
Mop the floors instead?
Yeah.
Essentially. Means we've got to have this out though, doesn't it?
Doggy!
Because can't get that out. Right, out of the way then, let's just have a think. Oh, you're going to have to wait. Right, we'll try and push it over.
Stuck somewhere else.
Is it? So this is where we realised the wall panel wasn't moving. we end up having to take the headliner out just to slide it across. Once that was out of the way, Amy cut back the insulation wrap so we could finally get a good clean bond for the back panels. Right, the shower room is now all prepped. We've had the panel out at the front. We're going to cut a panel for the back wall, and then we'll scribe in the two sides, and then we can put the panel back, and then we can tank it. What are you eating now? An orange? Is it nice?
Is that the bathroom and that's the shower and the toilet?
That is, yeah. Oh yeah, another little update. We have finished the headliner for the main kitchen area, and I managed to get the old Carrivan logo, raise it underneath, so alcantara over the top. It looks really cool, really chuffed with it. We're going to do some more of that, so I'm going to potentially do another panel in the van, and I'll show you exactly how I've done it. But yeah, I think it's come out quite nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Looks really cool, especially when the lights like glow across the top of it. Like shines up and highlights up. Looks really, really cool. Right, I'm going to pass you over to my lovely wife, and she's going to record me cutting a bit of wood. I've got.
Not in this room that I've just swept.
Well, we've got to. Where are we going to cut it?
In a room that I've not just swept.
I know, but that's what we've got to do. We just have to make mess and then clear it up. It probably isn't square, so I'm going to square that off to start with. I need a pencil then. I need a tape.
That's on the dining room table at home.
Oh, I'm sure I've got another one. I thought I brought a tape. Oh, for God's sake. That really hurt.
We just had a bit of an accident, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Can't see in the
I know, you
sunlight.
can't even see it. Look. Oh, my God. It doesn't
Can't
even look
see a
that bad,
thing,
but it really
you wimp.
hurts. Fucking wimp.
What happened?
Oh, the wood fell on my leg. Yeah, it did really hurt, didn't it, Doodles?
There's absolutely no evidence that anything.
No, well, there is, because I'm time lapse. So you'll see me going, nah. Basically just rough cut this with my jigsaw about 10mm past the line, maybe 5-10mm, and then I'm going to go down with my circular saw now because you get a much nicer cut. Because, well, not that you always get a nicer cut, but the blades on my jigsaw are crap. Right, back on Carrivan today. We've been busy, so I've not been able to get much done, but we are working on our custom shower tray. Now, I've sort of taken note of this as basically like a wet room shower, which is what we're going to do in the van. We're going to turn the inside of it completely waterproof. The last thing you want is water creeping behind everything, and in a van it don't escape like it does your house, so you do really want to make sure that your room is fully watertight. Now, I've built this custom shower tray. I'll show you what I've done. This is the tray upside down. So if you can envision it, this is going to be whereabouts our toilet is, and the shower plug. We don't know exactly whereabouts it's going yet. And then these are all set out so that it's got a nice fall on it. Now I've done 12mm ply with 9mm around the outside, and then that will give us, so like if I put this straight bar across, that is now perfectly all the way along. I have tested it, I've already chucked it in the van and give it a little go, and it's perfect. So there's nothing that we really need to do now other than I'm going to foam it so that any little voids do get filled, and screw it down, and then it'll be ready for fiberglass. Now this has saved us hundreds of pounds not having to buy a custom shower tray. So if anyone you know, needs any advice or anything, just let us know, drop us a comment. But this is definitely going to be fully waterproof and a hell of a lot cheaper than buying a stainless steel or custom shower tray. Now remember that they use fiberglass in a lot of boats and stuff like that, which is constantly moving. So fiberglass is a really good material to use. Yeah, so let us know. It's not cost us a lot. It's a bit of 12mm ply, it's a few packers, some expanding foam and some screws. Obviously we're going to fiberglass it afterwards, so that'll be that'll look really nice. And I might even go with like a final layer of carbon fibre, just to give it that little, you know, a little bit of extra detail. And then we'll wet room the entire lot and use the Saniclad panels that go around on the walls, and that'll make our room fully watertight. Right, so now I've shown you how we've basically built our shower tray. Let's get fitting it. Right, so I brought all the bits in. Like I said, I'm using expanding foam to squirt underneath. I've screwed it down with some stainless steel screws, and then I've just gone around all the edges with a bit of black CT1. Just to stop any squeaks and stuff like that. Now for one of the most important steps, tanking. Now this is how we turn wood into a waterproof shelf. Let's have a look, let's have a look. There we are. So, quick drying flexible liquid. This is the Mappy. You get a roll of tape and the primer. It might seem overkill, but a wet room in a van has to deal with movement, humidity, temperature changes. So the more precautions we take now, the more reliable our shower's going to be. So I gave it 2 coats of the primer, which is what it said to do on the tin. And then I come back and I use the tape to go up in all the corners, and basically any sort of crack or join that I had. I didn't worry too much about the floor because obviously I knew that we were going to be fiberglassing it anyway. I then put on a couple of coats of the waterproofer and job was done. So as you all know, this is not my full-time job. I am a landscaper and I have been working in and around the area for the past 10 years. I am keen mechanic. I then went into telco engineering for Virgin Media, and from there I've started up my own business, landscaping. This is just like a little hobby for us. So we love coming down here to this old Ford that we bought 2 or 3 years ago, and we have got plans to actually renovate this building and turn it into a home, and to keep the workshop out the back for future projects and to have fun. You know, what bloke wouldn't want a nice big workshop? We are making way for some new projects, so I'll let Amy show you around quickly.
Okay, so while Joe is cutting some wood and I'm not of much help, I thought I'd show you this room that we cleared yesterday. So this room was full of junk. We've got a little bit of burning wood to get rid of, but this is now a clear room because, what are we today? Today is Sunday. Tomorrow there's something very exciting arriving, and we're not going to tell you any more, but just Think of what might fit in that space there. Something maybe 6-7 meters long. We'll see.
Right, the inside of the waterproofing is finally done. Inside, fully waterproofed, tanked, all done. So our next steps is fiberglass. Now I've never done this before, so I don't know how it's going to come out, and that's the reason why I'm doing a little test piece on a tiny little bit of ply. So what I've done, 2 sheets of fiberglass matting, your resin and the hardener. Now this stuff is literally like, where is it? It's 1%. So if you've got 100ml, use 1ml of that. So I've knocked it up, mixed it up just with like a little stick, give it a nice little stir, and I've just done a little test piece over here, and that's just going off nice. The reason why I'm doing a test piece is because I'm not sure whether or not I should have probably fiberglassed first and then done the Mapai waterproofer afterwards, because obviously the Mapai is like a flexible, I don't know, you know, I didn't know whether or not the resins are going to fix to it, so I may have done this the entire way wrong way round, but it seems to be going off and sticking, so should be alright. Right, the fiberglassing is all done. The carbon fibre is on its way. We've done our first layer of fiberglass. I have used like a black ink to mix in with the resin, just so that when we do lay the carbon fibre on top, you don't see any of the white coming through. If you do, yeah, it's looking really good. Well chuffed with it. It absolutely stinks in here. Resin, I'm getting high. So I'm going to let this go off overnight. I'm going to come back tomorrow, check on it, and then hopefully within the next couple of days we'll get our carbon fibre and we can do exactly the same process. Now, you do use a slightly different type of resin. We'll be using like a clear epoxy resin. I'll have to buy that as well. So I'll get some of that. Once the carbon fibre's done, we'll be able to line the walls, get our plumbing in ready for our next video, which will be the heating system. Now, if you guys are enjoying our videos, click here somewhere. You may want to see one of our diesel heater videos. It kicks ass, I'm telling you, the sun-stirred diesel heater, what a game changer. And you'll be able to go back and watch that one as well. As always, subscribe to the channel, drop us a comment, hit that like button, and we'll see you next time.
So we've got some foggy tape. Going to see how much foggy tape we can get on Daddy without knowing.
So I really love spending time down at the forge. It's good for all of us to get out, switch off a bit and just be together. Darcy always finds something new to explore. She gets so much joy from the simplest things. is everything that we're going to be using. So this is the carbon fibre mat. It's 250 grams, so it's got a bit of flex in it, so we know we can mould it around stuff. It's not really thick. It's lovely, you know, it's really quite soft actually. Yeah, and then obviously we're going to be using the West Systems epoxy resin 105 and the 205 hardener, which you know you mix together, and I believe it's 1 pump of that to 1 pump of that, and that's your ratio. So I'll do probably a few pumps because I'm just going to be using quite a bit of it, and yeah, we'll have a carbon fibre floor by the end of the night. Alright, just going to roll that back up, put that there, and we'll start mixing this. Shake, just say probably. Yeah, it is 1 stroke of resin to 1 stroke of hardener. This stuff absolutely stinks. I don't even know what it smells like, but it smells rotten. Yeah, so don't smell it. What I've done is 10 pumps of the epoxy, and then followed by 10 pumps of the stuff that smells not very nice. Once I give it a good mix up, it said to mix for about 2 to 3 minutes. I then also added a tiny little bit more of that black ink. First thing I like to do is actually route out the shower tray to accept the shower outlet. I gave it a quick rub down with some 80 grit sandpaper, hoovered out all the mess, cleaned it up with a bit of panel wipe. I let that dry off, and then it was time for some more resin. Now, I covered the entire floor with resin first, then I brought in the carbon fibre. I then added more resin, and I think in total I'd done about 2 or 3 coats. What I was doing is I was basically layering it all up, rolling it out and spreading it out with a notch spreader, using a heat gun just to sort of settle it and make it dry because it was so cold down the forge. I then added some more, and that is then all done. Carbon fibre is all done. It's come out really nice. I'm really chuffed with it. You know, it's a little bit bobbly, but it's bloody really hard to work with, I'm not gonna lie. That's the first time I've ever done anything like this. Yeah, I'm chuffed with it. If you've got any questions, or you want to ask me about the materials that we use, where I got bits from, drop us a comment. Subscribe to this channel, like this video. We're going to be doing soon our heating video, so for hot water, and then that's like the shower room, hot water done. We're slowly getting there. See you in the next video.